Good evening, everyone. This is Pradeep Mal, Ambassador of Change from GETI, the Global Education and Training Institute of Lucknow. We are the premier training institute for teachers and principals throughout India, and we have many in-service and pre-service programs. For more information, please go to 740-840-1000. Right now, you are on our disruptive education platform provided to us by our mentor, Dr. Sunita Gandhi. And on this platform, we have interacted with more than 1,400 educators from India and all over the world. And this evening, we have for you Mr. Surajit Sen. He is the principal of the Jharkhand Public School in Baliapur, Dhanbad, Jharkhand. He's a master trainer with the CBSC. He has 20 years of experience in the educational sector. He has conducted 30 plus capacity building programs for teachers, principals for the CBSC. He has been selected by the CBSC in a group of 150 principals across the country to give training to principals of CBSC affiliated schools on the ongoing pedagogical leadership program. He has trained more than 500 principals. Currently holds the portfolio of Deputy Coordinator of Training and Development of CBSC for the Dhanbad district. Welcome, sir. Good evening. And
Ah,
he will be speaking to us on smart teachers make smart schools. He is fond of writing, reading, and traveling. So, smart teachers make smart schools. Thank you, sir, and over to you.
Thank you, Pradeep sir. Thank you very much. And I welcome all the viewers, all the learned, respected viewers who are with us in this platform this evening. It's a great opportunity, definitely, to be associated with GETI because GETI is a pioneer. And whatever Pradeep sir has said just now, that makes me feel much more bold right now that I am associated with such a big organization and I have been given this particular opportunity to talk a little bit about whatever I have found. Uh, this particular aspect of our teaching learning process, this smart teachers make smart schools. This idea came to me a few years ago when I myself was taking the training from CBSC, and in one particular part of the training, there's a small part of it, a very small part of it, which actually talks about smart goals. The smart teachers make smart schools is actually associated with one of the particular management topic known as smart goals, and that time it just struck into my mind. But honestly speaking, after that I didn't give too much thought to this particular part. Okay, although I always kept it in mind that this is something, if we can really deal with it, if we can really go deep into it, if we can elaborate it, then it can turn out to be a very, very good professional tool for the development of the professional qualities of the teachers. Well, after that, as usual, a lot of training programs went on, but this idea was there, but somehow or other, I could not come out of it. Later, when the principals training started, when CBSE in association with NEPA, NCRT started a principals training program, and there again the smart goal emerged. Then I thought, no, now let us do something about it. Let me tell this thing to the teachers across the country, and if even 10 to 20% can take it in the first go, definitely it will turn out to be very, very good for our education. That's why I have been calling it as it is an approach towards good teaching, better learning, and best retaining. See, respected teachers, principals, and all educators, those who are listening or those who are in the platform right now. See, whenever there is good teaching, whenever there is good teaching, there has to be better learning. It's directly proportional to each other. And whenever there is better learning, the retaining capacity of the students increases. The best retaining capacity comes out. Because if you see, the latest statistics shows that there is a decrease, there is a severe decrease in the retaining capacities of the students. The reasons are very lot many are there, but what well, I'm not supposed to talk too much about that, why the retaining capacity is going down. But there are certain statistics we have received from NCRT, from various state boards, from private organizations who are dealing with education, that the retaining capacity of the students are going down. Maybe we are not going with the good teaching. The word smart is actually an acronym. It's an acronym, and we all know what is an acronym. The word smart started somewhere in 1981, if I can recollect. We will go through it. Huh? I will discuss about it. But before that, a little bit of this discussion that nowadays everything is smart. Okay, smartphones, smart homes, smart home appliances, smart banking and investment. And just a few days ago, I heard about a smart mattress. My goodness, what's that? A smart mattress means if you sleep on that mattress, immediately you'll fall asleep. Those who are suffering from insomnia and all those types of diseases, or sleepless, those who spend sleepless nights, okay, they if they sleep on that smart mattress, okay, they will quickly go to sleep. Because initially I thought, "Whoa, what's so special about it?" Then when I read the full ad, I found that actually the stitching of the mattress is done in such a way that one will go to sleep quickly. So if so many smart nets are there, then why not smart educators, and why not smart education? Well, respected ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that smart education is was there, is there, and will be there. Only thing is that we never really explored it in the right way. We never really ventured into that world in the right way. It's going on. It's nothing new. Whatever I will say, it is nothing new, nothing unusual, or nothing special, or nothing that I have created. Everything is there, but it never really been taken out. That's why today disruptive education is helping me to come out with it. Now let us little bit move away from the conventional one, and let's go deep and let's give a different thought to this learning and teaching process. That's why let's be a little bit smart in our education. Now, who is a smart education? Of course, a teacher is a smart education, no doubt about it. All the smartness that we see around, all the smart things that we see around, all the smart gadgets that we see around, all the speaking about smartness we see. Who are the creators of all this? The teacher, the educator, the professor, or whatever way we call them, the academician. They are all definitely smart people, excellent human beings. They are the creators of knowledge. They are the shapers of the mind. But unfortunately, they were not given that recognition in the proper way so that their smartness will come out in the right way. Why the teacher is smart? What is so special about the person? Before we answer these questions, let's see what information we have about today's education system. Little bit, I want to go into the today's education system. Okay, that's important. Then only that link of smart educator, smart teacher, smart education, and of a little history about that smartness, we can get through it. Let's see. Now we know National Education Policy 2020 will be implemented very soon. Well, I don't know the exact date, even nobody can tell it, but it is there. And a lot of discussions is going around nationwide. There are webinars, there are seminars, there are a lot of discussion in the schools, in the colleges. A lot of changes are taking place, a lot of things are happening. So NEP 2020 will be something to take care of, something to reckon with, something to be very seriously taken. And considering that, our teachers need to be a little bit smart. Okay, we'll see to that. But before that, let's just see a few points, few important points, or few important parameters of what is the aim of NEP 2020. First of all, there is a paradigm shift in teaching learning process of the school. NEP is focusing on a paradigm shift, that is complete shift, total shift, or whatever you call it. Okay, like we say, no, there will be a total learning process will now take place in the school. Previously, also total learning process were going on. It's not that they were not there, but in a different way. Like the Brazilians, they when they enter the football arena, when they start playing football, they say, no, it's total football. So NEP 2020 is aiming for total education. The focus is now shifting from rote learning to deeper understanding, which is very, very important. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, educators, we all know how the rote learning is going on. It's there very much. But then the results, what about it? Okay, students do pass, they do go score marks, but somewhere the concepts are always superficial. NEP 2020 is focusing more into deeper learning, more into concept learning, more into thinking, more into experimenting and giving out results, rather than simply mugging the book from top to bottom and going for an examination, giving the examination, writing the papers, coming out with marks. But at the end of the day, retaining capacity goes off. That's why I say that good learning or leads to better, good teaching leads to better learning and best retaining. So the focus shifts from rote learning to deeper understanding and from content based to competency based learning. Well, syllabus is important, textbooks are important, writings are important, but at the same time, application of that is also important. Then the students will become competent enough to appear in various competitive examinations, to stand up in life, to develop their own qualities. So that is another point which the NEP 2020 is thinking about. Focuses on building 21st century skills. We have a good list of 21st century skills about various studies that we can see later. So it focuses more on the 21st century skills. More subject choices were there. During our time, we had a limitation of subject choices. Now NEP 2020 is going for more subject choices. Emphasis is given more on skill education, hands-on experience. Simply learning about the machine will not do. How to work, how to make it work. It's important. And the most important, which I always feel, and I always support this particular point, that is making assessments a critical input rather than an outcome of teaching learning processes. See, assessments we are doing, results we are giving, but always it is like a critical input. Okay, this is not done, that is not done, this was not perfect. Instead of making that assessment, making the assessment a critical input rather than an outcome of teaching learning process. Previously, what was that? This is not done, that is not done. Some sort of remarks were passed by the teachers and the assessments. But now it is become a critical input. Means what? Where the outcome of the teaching learning process will be much better. Because if criticism is also not there in the right way, if the inputs are not there in the right way, then maybe the result will not come in the perfect way. That knowledge will not develop. So these are some of the points that the NEP 2020 thinks about. Keeping this in mind, keeping these points in mind, I always believe that to be a NEP 2020 teacher, one needs to be a smart teacher. This is my feeling. Okay, this is my personal take. That when the NEP 2020, whatever I have gone through the NEP 2020, whatever I have come to, from there I feel that this, if you want to be NEP 2020 enabled teacher, if you really want to dig into it, if you want to really make your hands dirty into it, then you need to be a smart teacher. So what is this smart? SMART is an acronym. In the beginning, I told you SMART is an acronym. Each letter of the word SMART has a particular word to it. And what is it? What are they? Now, S for specific. We'll discuss it later. Just I will tell you right now what is this acronym all about. M for measurable, A for achievable, R for realistic, and T for time bound. SMART is an acronym. Historical background of SMART. How this acronym came into existence, how this actually, honestly speaking, whatever information I have got or whatever I have been doing it for so many years, trying to find out all this. SMART was actually first used in the B schools, the business management schools, for better development of the managers, for more progress in the field of marketing and finance and so on and so forth. This acronym was used, and it was first used in November 1981 in a particular seminar. The three important people who were involved in giving it a shape were obviously the famous, all-time famous economist Peter Drucker was there, George T. Doran, and Robert S. Rubin. These three people actually shaped, or actually came out, or actually gave this acronym SMART. Predominantly, it was used by the B schools. In B schools teaching and B school learning, the word SMART was very much applicable. But then in 2001, when the Bloom's taxonomy, we all in our education sector, whenever we go for any training or whenever we teach or whatever we do, we always look towards Bloom's taxonomy. That is again how the teaching process should go on, how it moves from one part to another, and so on. So that is Bloom's taxonomy made by Benjamin Bloom. Okay, the educational psychologist who came out with this taxonomy, and which were in 2001 Bloom's taxonomy was revised. Okay, it is believed that the acronym SMART was used seriously for felicitating education from that time. Okay, the acronym SMART was then used. This is what information I have. It may not be 100% true, but definitely since 2001, the acronym SMART was very much used seriously for facilitating education, for giving a boost to our education system, to give a boost to the teachers. But unfortunately, it was there. It remained. A little bit of discussion used to be made in the training programs and all, and after that, people just forgot. Maybe there were reasons behind it, but then some of my colleagues, myself, we started thinking that why not we now take this SMART goal, or the word SMART and the SMART goals which are generally used in the management schools, in the education sector, very seriously. And of course, then when I went for the training of the principals training, when I took the training, I found that the person who is actually the main person, the main brain behind this entire principles training of pedagogical leadership program, Dr. N. Maitley, she took this matter very seriously, and then I understood that now we should also go for it very seriously, and thus I came out with this little bit idea of mine to present it to the teachers across the nation about smart teachers and the acronym SMART. What really we need to do, see, machines are becoming smart because, okay, there is a motherboard, there is this, that, all the things are there. Televisions are, but how can human beings become smart? Human beings are born smart. Human beings are all smart. We go to the best schools, we go to the best universities, we learn from the best people. Today I'm associated with Mr. Pradeep, another very smart person. But teachers, how they can become smart, the smartness is that how we can take out that, how can we can extract that smartness. That is more important for me, and that needs complete motivation. We as school leaders, as seniors, as mentors, as guides to our colleagues in in the school, college, we need to continuously motivate them to make the teachers understand the unique quality they possess within themselves. Only thing is that if they follow a few basic principles, they can do wonders in the classroom, and education can have a complete change, what NEP 2020 is looking for. Now let's understand the acronym SMART in detail. These are all my words I am telling you, okay, which I have written down after discussing or after studying everything about SMART from various sources. It's not that I have created something like that, or I will not take any credit of all these things that I am discussing today as my work. No, they are not my work. I have just taken help from various sources to make it available to the teachers, so that the teachers and other academicians, if they take it very seriously, they can definitely bring a change. So S stands for specific, that we discussed. Now, by specific, we mean tunnel focused. When we talk about tunnel focus, you all have seen a tunnel. When if you pass light through one side of the tunnel, it just goes and focuses on one particular point. Specific by me, we mean tunnel focused with our teaching methods. There are a lot of methods of teaching. There are unique methods of teaching. Each teacher is an artist by himself and herself. But at the same time, all those that we have, if we just compile them together, put on a particular point, and be more specific about it, I think teaching will become wonderful. Much, much better than what we are doing. We are doing very good. All the teachers are doing very good across the country. But if we just give a little bit heart to it, little bit become tunnel focused, little bit become specific, we can do wonders. So, by specific, we mean tunnel focused with our teaching methods, subjects, and strategies that we apply. There are a lot of strategies which are already there, approved. There are many strategies which teachers comes out. As I told that each and every teacher is an artist by himself and herself. Apart from the strategies that which are given in all these pedagogical books and all, there are a lot of strategies which teachers themselves come out with it, their own ideas. And if all these are taken very seriously in a specific way, and the strategies that we have are very clear cut, to the point, no beating around the bush. So whatever strategies we have, whatever specific strategies, whatever teaching methods, whatever subjects we are teaching, if we become very tunnel focused and very specific without beating around the bush, then our teaching definitely will become much better. This is my personality. I feel, and it is happening. I'll tell you, it is happening. When you are discussing, when it's working in a very, very slow way. I'll tell you, it's not very fast right now. But things are changing definitely. Now, why I'm saying this is, see, learning process, now this teaching learning process, I am saying it is specific. It cannot be, it's like that you cannot just limit yourself, but you have to limit yourself according to the need of the student, okay? According to the catching capacity of the student. That's very important. Say, if I am teaching a student of class 7, and if I go on teaching him at the level of class 12, then it's wrong. Then I'm simply wasting my time. I'm not tunnel focused. I'm not specific. Although there is a feeling among a particular group of people, with due respect to everybody, I'll tell, there's a feeling among particular group of people that, or particular schools across the country, that, in my school we teach the 7th standard as per with the 12th standard. Absolutely wrong. That's a wrong method. That's why I'm saying one has to be, whatever we are teaching it, what standard, at what level, it should be very, very specific, so that the student will be able to catch the thing. Because the brain that the children have, their catching capacity is also like that. No? Some may be gifted child, one or two, but we cannot think of that one or two only. We have to think of the entire mass, which is very, very important. Teachers have to keep this in mind. There's among parents, with due respect to the parents, I'm also telling, parents also have this type of feeling that my child should be taught much more than what he or she is teaching in the right class. That is a wrong method. Let things go step by step. No, it's no use of running before one learns how to walk. M for measurable. So when we are tunnel focused, we have to be measurable. Otherwise, the focus will go this side. That's why tunnel focus, one particular. Because if the light travels from this side or that side, if it moves from left to right, then the focusing will be not. So we should be measurable with what we are sharing with our students in our classes. Just now I told that it should be, the student should be able to grasp the thing. When the student will be able to grasp, when it is up to that standard of the student. So measurable. Suppose if the doctors prescribe medicine, this much you have to give it. If you give more, it can turn out to be toxic. If you get less, its efficacy will not be there. So whatever we are giving, sharing with our students, it should be measurable. This will help us to track our progress of what we are actually doing in class, both for teachers and students. Yes. When our sharing of our learning processes, our teaching processes, our discussing processes are within the measurable limit, within the measurable part, then we can track the progress. Both the teachers and the students' progress can be tracked. This is how measurable it will go on. Studies have shown, a lot of studies, we all are involved with a lot of studies from various, I have read also from various papers, that studies have shown that if one progresses, then it helps to stay focused on targets and are achievable, which means learning becomes result oriented. Yes. See, if progress is there, once that habit of progress is there, once the habit of climbing the positive side of the ladder is there, then it helps to stay focused on the targets on which we are doing. Result is coming, good result is coming, then the targets on which we are focusing, they become achievable. In the classroom, a teacher has a target, a teacher has an ambition of converting this many number of students within this specified time. So if that progress goes over there within the teacher's heart, that feeling will develop. Teaching has to come by heart. It's a passion, huh? And it will give result. So measurable, be measurable in the classroom. See, specific and measure both are again interlinked with each other. If you are specific, if it is measurable, things will go in the right way. A stands for achievable. The teachers are the pioneers, they are the statesmen. Teachers' thinking is different. Teachers' way of understanding the matter is different. Teachers always have certain insights and foresights. That's why they have all become successful teachers, and that's why the teachers, they have millions of followers. The teachers have millions of followers across the country. Some of the best teachers have millions of followers across the country, because their insight and foresight is very, very clear. Even in the schools also, you'll find a group of students always follow a particular teacher, or a particular group of teachers, or a particular number of teachers in the school, always. Why? Because these teachers' insights and foresights tell the students, or allow the students to go in a different path. Insights and foresights of teachers are very, very important cognitive tools. A teacher can think at least 10 times much more than an ordinary person will think. That's why he's a teacher. So insights and foresights of a teacher are very, very important cognitive tools, and this is the real test of to achieve. Okay, this is a realist and achievable approach should be maintained, and this achievable approach should be maintained within the classroom to achieve the goal, that is making the students get exactly what they need from the teacher. So a teacher's insights and foresights are very, very important cognitive tools. A teacher can think. No, once he or she is specific about the teaching, once he or she is very much measurable about what they are teaching, then they understand what needs to be given, what can be achieved. If I am teaching in this classroom, I have to know that whatever I will teach, whether that is achievable by the students or not, whether they will be able to take it or not, whether they will be able to retain it or not. So again, coming to that same level, teach according to the taking capacity of the students, with a realistic, achievable approach, and should be maintained within the classroom to achieve the goal, that is making the student get exactly what they need from the teacher. So insights, this I always tell to my teachers in my school also, that think deeply, go into it, apply your insights, try to understand how much you will be able to give there or not. This is important. Realistic. R stands for realistic. Whatever we teach must be meaningful, viable, and fine-tuned time to time. See, be very professional, be very realistic towards your approach. Telling fairy tales is good, but in today's world, children are no more interested in listening to fairy tales. Making a clock as a educational tool is good. It's definitely very good, but then things are not working in that way. We have to make things in a different way. So whatever we teach, whatever we prepare, they should be meaningful, viable, and fine-tuned according to the need of the generation. That's why NEP is focusing more on skilled education, more on hands-on experience approach. These are the things that are happening. Students will be interactive, will ask questions when they will find interesting and relevant contents and inputs from the teachers. Yes. When teachers come out with relevant, interesting contents, then students will go on asking questions. Once the questioning comes, once this interaction starts, you know, innovation will develop, creativity will come out from the minds of the children. The teachers, students will join hands together. They will come out with new order. It happens. It is like that. It is happening. Actually, we never really gave thought to it. You will see in each and every class, school, these types of things are happening. It's nothing new. Only thing is that we never really gave any thought to all these things. So if we really give a thought to it, then things will be much more fine-tuned. And interactive class is always a happening place in the school. All those lecture giving days, all those what you call the teacher coming just giving his ideas in the with the great voice and something like that, trying to prove in front of the students and the school management that I know everything. Those days are gone. It will not work anymore. More interaction with relevant contents. Because if the contents are not relevant, students will start asking questions in a different way. Because today's children are much more informed than what we used to be in our school days. We had limitations towards the information system, towards the communication system, but now the doors are wide open for information. So you have to be very, very realistic towards what we are teaching. Thus, teachers have to be on their toes and be ready to take challenges to fulfill students' need. Today's teacher needs to be realistic. And as it is said, time is about, everything is about time. That old saying, time is money, time is knowledge, time is success, time is happiness. Yes, all this what we have to do, to be realistic, to be specific, to be measurable, to be achievable. Everything should be time bound. That attitude of, okay, I will see it tomorrow. Arey yaar, kal dekh lenge na, kya hoga? All these will not work. We have to be specific. We have to be time bound. Within this time, no, it's like a turnkey projects. Within this time, you have to do it. If you are not able to do it, then problem will be there. Because we are moving towards the new education policy where things are very, very professional, way things are developed. Teachers needs to develop these professional qualities. So whenever we talk about goals, targets, obviously time becomes the most crucial factor. Without time or without specific time, things will never roll out in the best possible way. All will crumble down. So, all class related work must be time bound. It is seen that when teachers focus on their work with great dedication, then they do keep a firm watch on time. Work done on time is appreciated much more than great work several hours later. Yes, it's a fact. You are doing something very good. You want to make it very clean, clear, perfect, crystal clear. But you are not, the teacher is not focusing on the time. It's taking long hours to come out with it. No result, no issue. All those will not be taken into consideration. 2 hours mean within 2 hours you have to finish it off, not a minute more. It seems bit hard, but it is like that. Days are coming like that. And those teachers, those of our colleagues, those of us, if we can really take all these 5 steps seriously and improve ourselves, we will be called as smart teachers. If we follow all these 5 points seriously, we'll be called as smart teachers. And if all teachers in the school it's follow the same path, the school will be called a smart school. Parents will flock towards those schools to put their children because the teachers over there are smart enough. They know what to do, how to do, when to do, where to do it. So these are the few things that I always believe, that if we really can motivate our teachers into these 5 parts to make them understand it, it is not easy, yet it is not difficult too. It all depends upon how the leader of the school put this elixir into the minds of the teachers. That needs a lot of hard work, lot of dedication, lot of motivation. No howling, no shouting will do anything like that. Giving unnecessary and undue pressure to the teachers will never come out with good result. This is from my personal experience, I'm telling you. If we want to take our teachers into confidence, we have to behave with them like our colleagues, not like a subordinate or somebody like that. It happens in many schools. With due respect to all the schools, I'm telling, it happens in some of the schools where the teachers don't have any say to it. They just have to go according to the dictated terms of the school leader. The schools may run over there, but there is no life in the school, I'll tell you. There is no life over there. They are all like zombies, zombies and robots. We are not here to make our teachers and students zombies or robots. We want to make our teachers smart. We want to make our students smart. And education will automatically be smart. This is what I personally feel, that if all of us really give a little bit thought to it, I request all the teachers, I request all school leaders who are right now with us in this program, please give a little bit thought to it. Whatever I have said, there will be much more can be said by you all people, because more experienced people are there, more people with more ideas are there. But this is the basic, this is the foundation. If we run into this way, then definitely we'll be able to make smart teachers. And teachers, please remember one thing, that if you are really want to be a smart teacher, a few of these points you have to keep within yourself. These are the basic requirements to be a smart teacher. If a teacher is seriously interested to convert himself or herself into a smart teacher, then a very strong mentality needs to be developed. Yes, my dear colleagues out there, if you want to be a smart teacher, possessing all these 5 qualities within you and delivering them time to time, then you have to have a strong mentality. You just cannot do it. It's not so easy. It's not difficult either, but strong mentality is needed. Yes, I will do something. And teaching, I never call teaching as a profession. I always call it as a vocation. It's a calling. And we have to, because we are dealing with somebody else's children, who has handed over those children to us, who have handed over those children to us with the belief that this particular lady or this particular gentleman will create a human being out of my child, will create an extraordinary person out of my child. So, in order to fulfill that person's dream, we need to be a smart teacher. We need to have a very strong mentality. Otherwise, it's difficult. It's difficult. One should be passionate enough from the heart and the soul. There are people like that. It's not like that. There are people like that who have done wonders into the educational world. But the new generation of teachers, I'm telling you, follow this path. Success is bound to come to you. Teachers need to think out of the box. If you want to become a smart teacher, you need to think out of the box. That traditional or that conventional way of rote learning and lecture giving and just taking a few notes from here and there and punching them together and copy pasting them and putting them and giving, okay, that will not do. It may give A success for a short duration of time, but that cannot be sustained as knowledge for the rest of the child's life. Please, for God's sake, change yourself. You are changing, I know. Think out of the box. Think something which will be sustainable for the students. Devote more time on research to develop smart goals. Yes, give more time. I know teachers are always busy. Nowadays, teachers are very busy throughout the day. The school is there, then our webinars, seminars. But still, somewhere down the line, if we do, we can get a little time to do a little research. Something different we'll bring out definitely for our students. So come out with those. Remember, students are also doing research at the same time. They are much more knowledgeable than what we used to be. I told in the beginning, and we all follow. I think Pradeep sir will also agree with me. So you just cannot dodge the teach students. So do homework, do research work on what you are teaching, what you want to teach, what ideas you want to give. Even do some research work on your own strategies if you have made them, and do something from your heart. I will tell you a story over here, since we are doing a question of this. And nurture best practices for sustained student learning. Nurture the best practices that there are good practices, there are best practices in the true sense. Okay, best practices can be something else also. This should be a true sense. I will tell you one small story about a teacher of my school when I was a student. Now, the dedication of the teacher, I'll tell you why they are. I recognize them as smart teachers of that time. I'll tell you a very small story. It will take 2 to 3 minutes. And whenever I meet teachers, I try to give this story because it really touched my heart, during those days when I was a student of Standard 10. I studied in a school called St. Vincent's High and Technical School in Asansol. It's a convent school run by the Irish Christian Brothers. The headquarters right now they have in Delhi, St. Columbus. And we had an English teacher. His name was Brother Hughes. He was an Irishman. Brother Hughes, tall gentleman, very strict, very tough man. And he, one of his key idea was that in order to make students become real good educators, learners, and in order to make them perfect, the first thing should be that they should have a very good handwriting. And it is recognized everywhere. Almost all schools always give a lot of emphasis on handwriting. And Brother Huge used to start our class 10A, 1 hour before the normal starting of the school. If the school used to start at 8 a.m. in the morning, our class used to start at 7 a.m. because 1 hour he always used to help ask us to go for this handwriting. And his style was completely different. And every day, he used to ask us to write a particular paragraph or something like that. And seldom students used to get marks in positive. Most of the time, students used to get marks in negative. If you have not put the date in the corner in the proper way, -5. If you have not cut the T proportionate to the rest of the letters of the word, -3. If the dot of I is not put in the right place, -5. So like this, it used to go. And of course, then grammar and all these things were there. So this was his teaching. And every day he used to correct them without any fail. One day, he used to teach us English also. One day, suddenly he told us that in his that Irish tone, you puss, you students, remember, tomorrow you will not come at 7 o'clock in the morning, you will come at 8 o'clock. We had a sigh of relief. Thank God. 1 hour extra sleep we will get. So very happy we came to that on that day to school at 8 in the morning. And in the assembly, brother was nowhere to be seen. He was the class teacher also, class teacher come English teacher, Brother Hughes. He was nowhere to be seen in the assembly. We were looking here, there. We are very happy. And we used to get a lot of caning from him also. Please note this also. We used to get a lot of caning. So he said, okay, most probably today he has taken a day's leave. Never we have seen him taking leave. So today he has taken a day leave, most probably. We thought this. And we are a bit happy. Okay, nice, good. Then the assembly was over and the students started moving towards the classroom. And the first boy who was in the line, he was a short height fellow. As soon as we were about to enter the classroom, suddenly this boy jumped back and came. He said, "What happened? What's the problem?" We said, "What's happened? What's the problem?" No, he said, "See, look, somebody is sitting over there. Very frightening person is sitting over there." And then we all peeped through the doors and we saw a man dressed in rags, in a shabby dress, faded dress with beard and dark skin, was sitting. But my goodness, how come in St. Vincent somebody enters over there? The school under so much security and all. How this madman has entered, or how this fellow entered from somewhere. We started thinking. Then he started calling us. Slowly we entered the classroom with lot of fear. Actually, it was Brother Hughes who has done a makeup. He has guised himself that of the Ancient Mariner. He was about to teach us the poem, The Ancient Mariner, the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. And he dressed himself up during those days. I'm talking of 1989 or something like that. During those days, this videos and all these things were not available. No? All these movie clips and videos were not available during those days. So he himself, throughout the night, he did that white fair man, that Irish man. He covered his skin with all types of colors and everything, and made his and did the makeup of that of the mariner. Those who have read the poem, they will know, understand the physical appearance of the mariner. And he came in that way to the class and he started teaching us. Why he came in that way? Because one question in ICC always used to come almost in maybe put in a different way, is that give the physical appearance of the mariner in the poem, the rhyme of the ancient mariner. That was the teacher. What dedication here. Why still, after so many years, we remember them? He, according to me, was a smart teacher. He was a specific teacher. He was a measurable teacher. He was a teacher who thought about achieving things. He was the teacher who was time bound. Can't we be a little bit of them? Why not? Let us try. Let us give a thought to this domain. Respected teachers, we can do it. Our teachers can do it. We all are dedicated towards education. We all are devoted towards education. Let us take this matter very, very seriously. Let's not only think about the money we will earn out of it or the luxuries we will get out of it. Let us all become smart teachers. Let us make our schools smart, and let's make education smart. Smart teachers needs to join hands with other stakeholders also to develop smart learning outcomes for primary, secondary, and senior secondary schools. Teachers, please remember one thing, respected teachers who are watching, or I want to tell everybody that let us join hands with other stakeholders. Let us not only limit ourselves with our knowledge. Let us share our knowledge. Let us share our knowledge with others, and let us take others' knowledge with also. We can bring into confidence the parents, even the learned people around the community, the intellectuals within the school community and outside the school community can also turn out and help us to make smart learning. Let's not nowadays, things, as I have told in the beginning, things are changing. We have to go for a shared vision. No, all schools have visions and missions. Okay, each and every person in the school has a vision. So why not the shared vision and the school's vision and the personal vision all joined together and come out with the best possibilities of giving the best education? Make sure that smart education aligns with the school's vision and mission. If we are giving smart education by becoming smart teachers, they should align with the school's vision and mission. School has a vision, school has a mission. Okay, let's align them, let's join them together. Smart teaching should also align with that given by the Department of Education, government, CBSE, ICSE, whoever. We just cannot neglect them. Okay, never, never, never. It is through these organizations that we have to develop, we have to make our children come up with the best. So smart teaching should also align with that given by whatever teaching Ideas are given by the Department of Education, the government, CPSC, CISC, state boards, so on and so forth. And of course, great players like GETI who are also working towards this goal. What will smart teacher finally give? If one becomes a smart teacher, a smart teacher with total dedication will create an environment of confidence in the school. Yes, it's absolutely clear, no doubt about this. If a smart teacher is giving total dedication, will create an environment of confidence in the school, will make student learning in a sustained way to ensure continuous school improvement. That comprehensive degradation of education will not be there. Retaining capacity will increase. Knowledge based learning will sustain. A culture will develop within the school environment. All these are there. It's not that they are not there, they are there, but only that we never really took them in that. Well, it's going on. So, a learning culture will develop in school. A level of confidence, motivation, and achievement will occur within the school. Students will be bubbling with ideas and thoughts with this feeling that they are in the best place. The parents will understand that they have put their children in the best nest. The school will become a complete smart school. Smart not in looks, smart not smart in work, smart in feeling, smart in dedication, smart in understanding. Let's do it. Teachers, remember, you are smarter than you think. You are much more smarter than you think. Only thing is that please ignite yourself. Come out with those ideas. Follow the five principles of smart learning. You will do wonders. The goals will be achieved. Education will become more meaningful. More students will love learning from you all. And at the end of the day, you will be a smart, satisfied person. Believe me, do it, it will happen. Thank you. Uh, Whatever I said, in the beginning, I have told you that from various sources I have gathered all this information, and I don't know whether everyone will agree with me or not. But I personally feel that if we really go in this way, then definitely something will be there. Pradeep, sir, if you are there, sir, please enlighten us a little bit.
Yeah. Uh, Thank you, sir, very much for the talk on smart teachers make smart schools. It was very passionate and to the point. And we share a common teacher. Brother Hughes taught me also. I am from St. Joseph's, Nainital,
Oh,
and he was
great!
the principal over there, and he taught us
Oh my goodness!
math.
Oh, great.
So,
See
yeah,
that this is what relationship and education and
yeah,
everything is about. Oh, great,
yeah.
great.
So, yeah, Brother Hughes taught us also, and he was there for my final year when I was in school. But that
Okay,
was
so
a
you
long,
remember
long
his
time ago.
handwriting classes, Pradeep sir, about his handwriting classes of
Yeah,
Brother Hughes and the negative
no,
markings.
he was a maths teacher.
Acha, for you, he taught maths. Very unusual
But,
combination he had, maths and English.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
very unusual combination he had, maths and English.
he was teaching us maths. But he was
Yes,
the
yes.
principal, all right.
Okay,
And
okay, very good.
yeah, and we share another common bond, and that's the cane.
Yes, exactly. That's the game. Yes, true, true, true.
Okay, so thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. And before we leave, I request you to watch our detox from our disruptive literacy movement by Global Dream, which is an initiative by Dr. Sunita Gandhi since 2014. The whole idea is to ensure everyone's participation in the total numeracy and literacy for India by a people's movement. So let each one teach one, and those of us who can teach more than one should be doing it to ensure that our brothers and sisters who are not so fortunate as we are at least get the base of literacy. So thank you very much. And for this, we have several talks a day. And for more information on the talks that you would like to listen to, please go to 740-840-1000. So good evening, everybody. Good night and goodbye. See you again tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Sen. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Thank you, Pradeep sir, for giving this opportunity. And thanks a lot to Madam Sunita Gandhi for giving me this platform to say something nationally. And of course, definitely a big thanks to Ria Madam, who actually somehow came in touch with me and asked me to give us to do this talk show. And I'm very, very fortunate to be associated with you all. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.